Let me tell you a story.
Whoever wins the Tory leadership race, you lose. Can you imagine Liz Truss as Prime Minister?
We import 2/3 of our cheese. That is a disgrace. In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets. And I will not rest until the British apple is back at the top of the tree.
Liz Truss cosplays embarrassingly as Margaret Thatcher, having the same anti-worker, anti-poor politics as Thatcher. She has pledged to cut tax for big businesses and increase military spending. The right-wing press are endorsing her because she is an ideologue for big business, and that's why they are her biggest supporters. We have the worst cost of living crisis in history and record-breaking temperatures. Instead of addressing the climate emergency and the cost of living crisis, Tory candidates are launching a war on woke and waging class war, slashing taxes for the super rich, but attacking the living standards of everyone else. They are all Thatcherite ideologues, beholden to the super rich class that they belong to their donors and the billionaire press barons. They have now conveniently distanced themselves from Boris Johnson when they all supported his leadership and his policies.
The Prime Minister has my total support.
The Prime Minister has my 100% support. He is doing an excellent job.
Who here would be happy to have Boris Johnson in their cabinet? Please raise your hands. If he wished to serve, would you have Boris Johnson in your cabinet if you were PM? Not a single person.
Rishi Sunak, the wealthiest member of parliament and our former chancellor, is totally unfit to be Prime Minister. He is someone who has benefited from an elite education, going to a private school, Oxford, having a career in banking before pursuing a career in politics. So as Prime Minister, whose interests do you think he'll be serving? Rishi Sunak and his family belong to a very exclusive club who think the rules don't apply to them, including tax rules, benefiting from a non-dom status that you can't use. Taxation rules are something you don't have a choice about. Don't expect someone who has benefited from millions of pounds in tax being dodged to crack down on tax avoidance. Rishi Sunak's campaign video featured his parents migrating to the UK and telling a British success story.
Family is everything to me, and my family gave me opportunities they could only dream of. But it was Britain, our country, that gave them and millions like them the chance of a better future.
But as a member of the government, he's actively pushed through policy that stop people from being able to come to the UK and rebuild their lives. From the Rwanda policy that will deport refugees thousands of miles away to defending the hostile environment. Rishi Sunak is a complete utter fraud. This again shows the limitations of representation politics. Having black and brown people at the top does not mean that the lives of black and brown people in the UK and across the world will be better. In fact, they have gotten worse. The Tories are the party of the 1%, and they will always do the bidding of the 1%. Good riddance to Boris Johnson. His lying, law-breaking and arrogance finally caught up with him. But whoever comes after him won't be any better, and the policies they pursue won't be any different either. Things are bleak, and there often feels like there is no hope. But like the Liverpool anthem goes, at the end of a storm, there's a golden sky. Across the country, we're seeing workers organise across so many sectors, whether it's the RMT to barristers, cleaners, teachers and nurses. What this is showing us is that another way is possible when workers stand up, fight back and hold this government to account. Politics can change really fast. A year ago, Boris Johnson was planning a decade in power, and now he's on his way out. It might be difficult for the left now, but our time will come again. Whoever wins the Tory leadership race, we know that our media will not hold them to account. That's why it's so important to support independent media like Double Down News, so give them some money if you can to their Patreon. Join the future of journalism, join Double Down News on Patreon.